Beautiful. Next section.
Take one, rolling.
Hi, I'm Chris Sabat, and I'm the voice director for this Budokai 3 project. I play Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, Mr. Popo, Kami, Korin, the Dragon, Bubbles, Jace, Raccoon, Birder, and I guess I've been the one that's staying up 24 hours a day trying to make sure this thing is right.
My name's Sean, and I do Goku and Kinkai and Nail on this game and the series.
My name is Tiffany Vollmer, and I do the voice for Bulma.
My name is Chris Rager, and I'm the voice actor for Hercule, along with also King Yima and a couple of Dragon Ball characters, Major Metallotron and Bacterion.
I'm Phil Parsons, and I do the voice of Nappa.
My name is Justin Cook, and today I'm going to be dubbing the voice for Super Boo, and for the Cell Juniors, and for Raditz.
My name is Monica Antonelli, and I believe I'll be doing two characters today. Puar, Yamcha's sidekick, the little blue cat, and Chaozu.
My name is Sean Michael Teague, and I'm doing the voice of Oob and Majub.
I'm Bryce Armstrong, and I am Captain Ginyu, and also Frog of Namek. I've been informed that Frog croaks early in the show, so he doesn't have too many lines. Thank you.
My name's Brad Jackson, and I'm recording the voice of Oolong, the pig.
My name is Duncan Brannon.
Thank you.
And the main character that I voice for Dragon Ball Z is Bobbity, the little mole-like creature who uses his power to control your minds.
Is he good or evil?
Oh, yeah. As if you had to ask. He's evil. He's definitely delightfully evil.
The hardest part of my job that I've noticed, at least on this game, is keeping up with the communication that needs to happen, not only between myself and my crew of people who are working with me, but myself and the actor, because when you're dealing with 50,000 lines, you just can't ask every single question you want to ask before it starts. I mean, you're going to miss something when you're going through it.
I'm the associate producer, and while we record, I'm the script supervisor. So I've got to make sure that everything we record is correct to the script, and if any changes are made, I make the changes in the final script, so that when the Japanese get the sound files with the script, they all match up. And as you can see, the script is huge, so it's an intense job.
Printing and organizing a script of that magnitude was a process that none of us could have predicted. This isn't like an episode of Dragon Ball Z where the animation's already complete and the sound effects and the music from the original are already complete. We didn't have the flexibility to write whatever you wanted. It was essentially like writing a haiku for every single line.
How many pages is this script?
Approximately 600.
Is that unusually long?
Yes. All the Godfather movies in script format maybe would be this big. Maybe all the Star Wars movies, all 6, would be this big.
Then the casting process started, or really just the talent coordination process, getting in touch with the actors, trying to fit everything into a 2-week time span. And then the recording process started. That's where you have each actor in.
Let's do it.
You record all their lines.
Let's go take care of this guy.
You make them scream their guts out. Make them sign a bunch of paperwork. You have about 150 sounds to do today.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we're going to work real hard today and send them home in pain. There you go.
The hardest part about doing the voiceover
I will not lose. I was trained by Goku.
is keeping your voice lubricated.
For Dragon Ball, the screaming. Definitely the screaming.
Dragon Fist!
the screaming.
But as far as character work, Bulma's pretty distinct.
Wait! I'll check the atmosphere. Hopefully there's oxygen.
She takes a lot out of me, as you can tell. I've been screaming.
Hercule's a little throaty, you know, and so if I have to do that too long,
You're going toe-to-toe with the world champ! Hercule is here!
it's, you know, a little throat irritation, but there's nothing really hard about it. You know, a little physical strain.
Here, why don't I teach you a thing or two about Saiyans?
I was in really good shape when I got the job, and
What you're seeing now, this is my normal state.
I was playing brass instruments and breathing a lot, and in recent years I've done less of that and gotten older, and one time I passed out in the booth, and I felt guilty because I'd secretly laughed when Eric Vale had passed out in the booth as Trunks, and, and I was like, I'll never do that, and then...
And this is to go even further beyond!
And then I was doing Super Saiyan 4 GT, and luckily the booths are padded, and I just hit the ground, and I woke up right away. For the Super Saiyan 4 voice, it's a deeper voice, so the aperture of my vocal cords is wider, so I didn't calculate how much air I needed, so I was pushing a whole lot more air than I realized, and because Goku's voice is much higher, so the aperture is tinier, and so it was just a miscalculation and being out of shape, I think.
Gohan, it's okay to feel angry. Use that anger to channel all of your power like you did against Cell.
The hardest part about doing voiceover for Dragon Ball Z is because it's anime. And not only is it anime, it's kung fu, high energy anime.
Hey, don't start making excuses! You're beginning to sound like Hercule!
So not only do you have to scream,
Make it kind of a double shot.
Yeah!
and yell,
No!
and fight,
Lots of fatigue on this one.
and sweat,
Turn up the energy by about 80%.
you have to do it to picture. We have to match our mouths and our words to the words on the screen.
Boy, just getting your voice to sync up with it and stuff, you know, because you don't get a whole lot of time to study and so forth. So you got to come in and you just got to be on your A game.
Majin Buu has reached full power!
And sometimes, I mean, just matching up your voice with the flaps of the character. That's what they call them, you know, the flaps. And I mean, you can do 15, 16 takes. So by the time you get through with it, you're like,
Oh, Majin Buu is at full power. Yay! Splendid! You're amazing, Majin Buu. You defeated Dabura so easily.
For this kind of voiceover work, because it's originally in Japanese and we have to do the American overdubs, it's just getting all the lines right and making sure they match up with the flaps in order to sync it all up and make it as clean as possible.
So give me one e, o, u, n in Oolong's speaking voice, and then e, o, u in Oolong's sort of a called out voice. Whenever, and of course, always wait for this guy to cue you up.
Take one, rolling.
E, O, U,
A lot of times, you're doing one line over and over again, just trying to get it just right.
You worry about him more than Goku does. Sounds like a good guy to me.
You know, when you're in a little gray booth, having energy without having an audience or anyone to perform in front of.
Next line, rolling.
You're the one who's... Bleh.
It's hard to stay motivated. It's hard to, keep that drive going and that energy up.
If you say so, but I never would have guessed the way Gohan talks about you. I told you, it's called an item skill, and it can give you a big advantage during battle.
Nice.
Then, of course, the toll it takes on your chords is another story. I mean, my character screams for 5 pages at a time.
Yeah!
Hi-ya!
Hi-ya! Ha! Hi-ya! Get back! Ha!
Nice. So you may do your very, very loudest, most painful, gut-wrenching, throat-ripping scream.
Power up! Power up!
And then have to do it again.
Power up! Power up!
Because the character's mouth tend to close at the end of the line, and you kept your mouth open, and
Hurrah! 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 Hurrah!
that's a tough thing.
I'll be...
The hardest part for any voice person, I think, is getting into the producer's ear, knowing exactly what he hears and what he wants.
That's right. I'm Captain Ginyu, leader of the Ginyu Force.
Nice.
You must have me mistaken. Sorry. And so, only Vegeta left.
Nice.
In a straight piece of copy, you can tell by the way it's written, what's capitalized, where the dots are, where the question marks are, pretty much how it should be read. But for something like Dragon Ball, especially since you seldom see the whole script, you're doing lines and bits of business and not knowing what you're responding to. You're dependent on what he hears and how he wants you to read it.
What he's saying is that Vegeta's going to come up with the idea, for the end of the series, to use all the Earth's energy to create the Spirit Bomb.
Okay.
So, it's not bad for him to be a little naive about it, but it's sort of a serious moment too. Kakarot, how many times have you saved the Earth?
Rolling.
What? I don't know. I'm kind of on the spot here. But let's see. How many times has it been?
All right, Goku says, so now one final lesson. Fight me again with all your strength. Big on this, okay?
Rolling.
Right. I won't hold back.
Nice.
Goku has entrusted me with the fate of the Earth. I will defeat you.
Cool. Moving on to the next line.
Thank you very much. I'll try to use this.
You left out the okay. One more time.
Same line, rolling.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'll try to use this.
Very nice. Basic yell for punches and kicks. These are really short. Here we go.
Rolling.
Ha! Ha! Hiya! Hiya! It's hard to explain to an actor, I need a challenging, key, approaching action that, with rising motion, that expresses a lot of power.
You're mine.
Faster?
You're mine. You're mine.
The best way to explain to someone how to do a scream is to do it yourself.
Ha! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Hiya! 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 Hi! Hi!
Okay, cool. I can honestly say that for every sound, at least battle sound, you hear in this game, I made it too. All right, here we go, man. Let's start with our first Cell Jr. line.
Rolling.
I'm free! Free!
Justin, it's been a long time since I've heard you do the Cell Jr. voice, and I miss it.
As far as doing on the anime, we record it after the fact, but we don't get to interact with the other actors. We record it one at a time, so rely a lot upon a voice director to be able to set the scene and know exactly what the line read is going to sound like before I do it, and or at least where the parameters are.
We're discussing Boo absorb Gotenks, Boo absorb Frieza, and all that stuff. And I was just explaining to him that it's not a fusion thing. It's just an indication to you that you take on some of those personalities a little bit. He's like sneaking up behind someone.
Rolling.
I'm here! Hiya!
Give me both of them faster, please.
I'm here! Hiya! I know what you're planning!
I just lost a little bit of breath there. One more time.
Rolling.
You actually intend to challenge me with your insignificant power level?
Just one more time for tech, please.
Sure.
Rolling.
Just think of all we could do, Kakarot. Doesn't it get your Saiyan blood pumping?
There's really not a hardest part. It's just all fun for me, so there's no hard part, really. Maybe being someplace on time.
Rolling.
Oh, Tien! I don't know what the hardest part is. It's not hard, it's fun.
So Chaozu arrives at the scene where the androids are, and Tien sees him there. So you're just greeting him.
Rolling.
Oh, Tien!
Okay, great.
The burdens of video game stardom.
It's the coolest job in the world, to be able to say, I do voices for cartoons.
Why aren't Goku and the guys back yet? What's so important that they'd miss a camping trip?
Perfect.
Everybody wants that job.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about it is I used to tell people this, and it's true. Many people I know are absolutely miserable with what they do. I have fun for a living. That's very rare. I enjoy it enormously.
That's what I call style.
Do it a little faster if you could.
Rolling.
That's what I call style. He seems much stronger than the average Saiyan. Maybe a mutation like us? What do you think?
The Dragon Ball people, the Funimation people, are all fun, and they're all multi-talented. All of them can produce, all of them can engineer, all of them do voices. It's a little awe-inspiring to be around it, really.
Is this your true power?
Nice. I mean, he could read the paper towel dispenser in the men's room and make it sound freaking awesome.
Very dynamic.
Wipe hands on pants. How could you let this happen? No one is stronger than us, except for Frieza.
Excellent, and we are done. Thank you. Good job.
I guess just the process in general, you know, the people. It's just fun to go up there and do voices.
My favorite character in the Z series is Hercule, and I like Hercule because he's the most rounded character.
Oh yeah, I still got it. Who's the champ?
All of the other characters are fairly single-sided. Vegeta's generally angry, Goku's generally naive, but Hercule is just like any of the rest of us. He's a talented guy, but he's got a lot of problems. Just give me a just playing around. Just playing around.
Just playing around. I'll get him to safety. You just do it. Finish it.
As Andrew said, please, as obsequiously as possible on this. Don't ask me.
I'm a goner. There's no way I can win.
Nice. Give me a faster one.
Come back again.
All right, now give me a huge scream of horror. Like.
Oh, you got me. Oh, you got me. Oh, you are so strong. You beat me good, you rascal, you. Huh? What are you talking about?
Nice.
Number one, you're finished. Get a load of this. Your tail is mine.
Perfect, we are done. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Favorite part about doing the voiceover is doing voiceover.
Frog me. Die! That's nothing.
I mean, the voice acting business is one of these businesses I think that a lot of people would love to get into.
Thanks for waiting. While we were all training to fight against Majin Buu, your father chose to befriend him. A very dangerous move, and brave.
There's no other way. Come on.
There. I got it.
There's no other way. Come with me. Is he a monster or something?
So you were saying reuniting with Kami would make me more powerful than Frieza?
This battle is incredible, but at the same time, it's ridiculous. I'm not from this world. So much is clear to me now.
Being able to play a character on a show like Dragon Ball Z that holds so much weight to it.
Seeing how many people enjoy it, that's the part that makes it because it's so crazy. You're always working on it, which is always a thrill.
So much for the little green man. I'm reading another large power level. Kakarot!
Linus! Frozen section! Bring me tomatoes!
Hearing from a whole bunch of the fans that get into it, or seeing just the sales for something, or just meeting a fan of it, is that's what brings it all back. It energizes.
Stop it! Don't mess with that! I'll lose all that I am!
When it comes together, when you finally get the take and you can go on to the next line.
Well done, Deborah! You were even stronger than Majin Buu!
Yes, nice. A little bit threatening. You're his daddy. So let's go on to the next line.
Rolling.
I know the spell to seal you back in your ball, so you have to obey me. Now go! Eliminate that rat Supreme Kai and his men!
Change the time limit in Duel, World Tournament, or Dragon Arena mode. Coming in and seeing everybody and having some fun, using my talents and seeing what everyone's working on this week. It's always changing. It's just a good time.
Well, I guess doing Nappa, I mean, he's like a pro wrestler.
Huh! Looks to me like somebody's got a death wish. All right. Looks like you're first, little man.
It's just there's no limits. I mean, you can just go nuts with it.
Ha ha ha! Did you really think a piece of low-level trash like you could defeat me?
Be loud and rude and aggressive.
I won't hurt you too bad. We still need you to tell us about the Dragon Balls.
With a lot of disdain on this next line.
Rolling.
Vegeta, I'm sick of taking orders from you.
I think that's a fun part of the character.
Come on. You could try to make this interesting.
A little bit more Nappa-esque, if you will.
Rolling.
Come on. You could try to make this interesting.
Nice.
I've been with Bulma for so long that it's so natural to me now.
You two better come back in one piece. You hear me?
It scratches that acting itch every week. It's something new and it's exciting and it's reacting to picture and it's fun. And I work with a great group of people.
Saiyan map.
Saiyan map is next. It's a big white tab. If we divided it up anymore, there'd be more dividers than there are pages.
You know, when I show up, everybody's very friendly. They're very professional. They know exactly what they want. There's not a lot of beating around the bush. They're prepared and nice guys. It's been a great time.
Dragon Ball Z as a series, we've recorded all of the episodes. So I love the actors.
That pig is walking upright, and he's talking too.
I find that funny because it's the first time in the entire Dragon Ball Z series that they have actually, someone has finally noticed that pigs, dogs, cats, and imaginary creatures talk in this game. That's just strange. Although Oob should be like, technology. All right, let's try one more. Let's try the next line. It's fun for me to see these people. I've known them for 5 years, and I've gotten to be friends with a lot of them.
Morning, fellas. My name is Sean Schemmel. Yes, the Sean Schemmel.
Norton, I've got to shoot this film.
We gotta turn up the comedy level in here. You guys are too focused.
Mona.
And I gotta tell you, fellas, you have what appears to be a dynamite sound.
Rolling.
What? Sorry, good. You can't laugh. Okay, here we go.
Rolling.
Nah, don't laugh at me laughing.
I love doing this stuff. I mean, working for Atari, for one. I grew up on Atari.
I've got to say, Atari rocks. My first system was Atari 2600. Thank you.
Anyone who grew up, at least in my generation, played an Atari, and now I get to say that I got to help them do something.
My favorite part, I've always been a cartoon and a video game junkie, so my favorite part is getting to watch these things with other kids.
I'll never win the World Martial Arts Tournament unless I actually get there.
Nice.
You know what the greatest secret is to actually having a great, productive voice session is bringing your character into the booth. Yeah. A little scary, kind of freaky, but it really works. I'm just working here, man.
You're not receiving a dime more.
That's great.
No, I know.
Step on out, my friend. Thank you.
Just a little product placement for you.
I've always been accused of being Peter Pan, and now I get paid for it, so it's really cool.
Is this... Okay, this is happy, okay. Hey! Krillin! Piccolo! Great! You're not statues anymore! You guys had me worried for a second.
Oh, my favorite part. I mean, just the role itself, what Goku represents, and the anime itself, and how huge a series it is, and how much of an impact it's had on kids. And
try the fusion one more time. Let me do it more instructional, isn't it? Isn't it more instructional there because I've been teaching him fusion?
Yes. Okay. As far as voice acting, I love doing King Kai's voice. It's a lot of fun. And I loved... between the two, I actually like voicing King Kai more than Nail because he has more... he's just funnier, and he has a little bit more depth than Goku. Goku's pretty simple overall because he's so pure of heart, you know.
What? Is that all? Sounds simple enough. Come on, Vegeta.
And my favorite part of being in this character and I haven't been doing a lot of it lately because I've been too busy, is going to conventions and meeting the kids, because you have such an effect on these kids, and they're so hyped up and so positive about it.
Love you guys. Keep watching. When I get to go out and meet you at signings and stuff, man, I just feel really loved and well received. And thanks a lot for your support, and all the fan art that we get at the studio is always fun to see what you guys are up to and what you guys think about us. And the scripts that you guys have written, man, that keeps our job going, because we don't get to see you very often, and when we do, it means a lot.
I'm not sure I'm strong enough to beat him, but I've got to try anyway.
And when you're in the booth, you don't really, you're in this cold booth and you're not getting the response, and it's so gratifying and humbling to have some kid drive 4 or 5 miles just to meet you, and it's just awe-inspiring, and I'm just really grateful for all that. That's been the best part of my job in the last 4 or 5 years. I get really sad about it sometimes when I think about it being over. So I really thank the fans for appreciating my work. I appreciate it a lot.